A very good morning and a warm welcome to another video of Eat the Brain with Mins. My name is Neer and today we'll be talking about Butler Service. We had made a video on the same topic earlier, touching those basic guidelines to remember about Butler Services. We now see the topic in detail and see what more can we find out. So let's get started. Butlers. In a broader term, a butler is usually a person that serves a household, plain and simply. In reality, however, it is a much more challenging and responsible job profile. It all began a couple of hundred years ago in Europe, where servants were entrusted upon with the service of wine, and after a few years they were entrusted upon taking care of maintaining the household cellar. The old French word bouteiller, meaning bottle bearer, it's said to have inspired the term butler in the modern day world. The most senior and the trusted employee of the household, the butler enjoyed more authority than anybody else. He was hence trusted with tasks like maintaining the cellar, arranging social gatherings like a high tea or a cocktail party, or in fact a dinner where the host would cater to a guest and the butlers would be the one doing all the service and arranging all the equipment and even plan the menu at times. As also in the olden times, the butler was trusted with overlooking the stable of the household. It is believed that he was the only staff member ever allowed to actually ride the owner's house. Maybe one of the reasons why the butlers have the iconic tailcoats that they wear with a slit. I would recommend a famous series called Downton Abbey to better understand the role of a butler, because the actor who plays Mr. Carson, who is the butler of the household, does an exceptional job and gives us a complete picture of his profession. Now, unlike the traditional butler service that started a few hundred years ago in Europe, we see now that the pampering has remained the same, but the style has changed a little bit. Let's see how. The modern day butler service can be classified into three broader categories. Number one, they're the business or luxury hotels. Number two, holiday resorts. And number three, cruise liners. Now when it comes to hotels, since we are in India, the big and old Indian hotel brands such as Taj, the Oberoi, the ITC offer butler service, and if you wish to kickstart your career in India, this is where you begin. The butler department in these establishments either comes under front office or the food and beverage team. However, the job description is usually similar. From welcoming the guests to checking them in, from meal service to any kind of beverage services, handling luggage, wardrobe care, laundry valet, packing and unpacking service is same throughout our country. In most cases, the butlers are in charge of the guests collectively or have assigned rooms on a floor as per their shift duties. As these establishments spread around the globe, the opportunities are immense. Now, when it comes to a personal valet or a personal butler, India is considered to be one of those countries where we take this particular job description very seriously. Almost all hotels that offer butler service have a few suites to offer with that personal touch of a butler. In this scenario, only one butler is in charge of the suite and no other team member is allowed inside the room. The butler can accompany the guest either within the property or even outside the property. For instance, if you have a guest who is visiting your country for the first time and would want to see the city, the butler can actually take him out. In that case, you need to know your city as well. Now, given the number of days that the guest might stay in the room, the butler has to be on call 24/7. And keeping this in mind, personal butlers are usually accommodated in guest rooms for the entire length of the customer's stay. Now, when it comes to the luxury hotels, there's one thing that you have to remember. These establishments have a larger market, as families on holidays do not usually prefer to stay in minimalistic business hotels or a regular kind of a hotel layout. One reason why, because the luxury hotels offer more to a family than obviously a business hotel can. Now, for luxury resorts or hotels, majority of them are situated either in the Middle East, South America, islands like Maldives or Mauritius, to name a few, and have made their mark given the fact that these particular places have a lot of natural things to offer, and also the hotel's facilities have gone above and beyond to please the guest, including the butler service. The basic duties here are same as the regular hotels, but the butlers here are responsible for a few more tasks. For instance, touring a guest in golf carts, restaurant reservations within or outside the hotel property, maybe making a bubble bath in the suite, or setting up a dinner for a couple at a beach. Remember when I told you that few of these resorts are in Maldives, the signature service there is where a butler makes arrangement for your dinner at the beach late in the evening with you and your spouse. That is a classy touch. For properties having adventurous activities, butlers are also in charge of procuring tickets, for instance movie tickets or theme park tickets, a city tour with a nice luxurious car, a yacht, or maybe aeroplane or a helicopter. In this case also there is a personal butler assigned to the top category suite who pampers the guest on a personal level. Now, last but not the least, cruise lines. There are a number of cruise liners which offer butler service. Regent, Oceania, NCL, Cunard, and P&O to name a few. Unlike the land properties, cruise liners do not have personal butler service, and the butlers are usually assigned to a number of suites. Though there is a strict limitation of what a butler can do because the ship is in the middle of the sea, his knowledge is put to test more often than anybody else. As the ships are scheduled to be at different ports in different countries, assisting their guests with tours from planning to booking them, suggesting sites, explaining the importance of each and every city highlight is of crucial importance. Now when it comes to the interviews, let me tell you what are the companies looking for. The most important thing that a butler needs to have is confidence. A butler has to be soft-spoken and straight to the point most of the time, so confidence is the key. Remember, butlers are those crew members who invite the guest to the different venues of the hotel and also are the face of the hotel when the guest arrives to the property for the first time. Hence, what the companies look for is a strong and inviting personality. Third part, again very important, is clear and crisp communication. Remember that your supervisors, maybe your butler manager, the food and beverage director, the front office manager, or even the general manager depends upon you and your communication with your guest. They may or may not directly speak to your guest, but would send you to do the talking. Hence, your communication has to be so nice that you should be able to take care of a guest who is happy with the company, very nice for them, but somebody who is also angry with the services. They would tell you to go and speak to the guests. What the company is also looking for is an individual who upholds the company's policies and procedures. Depending upon the department the butler's team reports to, it is important that you have a certain amount of knowledge. For instance, when you walk into a property that has its butler team reporting to a front desk department, then you would need to know all the forms that they have, the different kind of rooms that they have. You would also need to know the software that they use for suite reservations and so on and so forth. Now in case if you walk into property where the company's butler team reports to a food and beverage manager, your inclination of knowledge should be more towards what restaurants they have, what wines do they serve, do they have any signature cocktails and things like that. Last but not the least, the very basic and yet very important thing in an interview that you have to remember is that the interviewer will not ask you questions that do not concern their property. So what they will usually end up doing is that ask you questions of the policies, procedures, products and services that that particular property has. So if you know that you are going to be asked maybe about food, then you need to know what restaurants that particular property have. If you think that they are going to ask you about beverages, you need to know if that particular property has a bar, and if yes, what are they serving. So basically your homework when it comes to the interview is extremely important. What I would recommend is before you walk into a property, make sure that you know almost everything about the company, almost everything about the particular property and the few people that you'll be working in as well. All the best, and what I would recommend is that if you have any more questions, you just drop them in the box below and we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you so much and you have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.